Doc Rich back at it again, baby. And we got another one from Jordan Peterson. We got how I don't know how weird YouTube is about this word, which is just crazy to me, but yeah, you see it. How he was more evil than you think. A lot of y'all were telling me, you know, check out some more Jordan Peterson, and honestly, I wanted to check him out more my damn self, you know. Listening to the guy speak was kind of fascinating, you know, watching him debate with the two young ladies in the previous video, in the face of, you know, a situation where I think a lot of us would have gotten frustrated, you know, where the narrative was trying to get spun and he was getting cut off and, you know, this and that. Like he just remained relaxed, calm, reiterated what exactly he meant. You know what I mean? It was the craziest thing to watch. It was the craziest thing to watch. The guy, at least from that first video, I think is a phenomenal speaker. But yeah, like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Greatly helps the channel out. Would really appreciate it. Join the family. Also hit that bell button that's down below. Make sure you click all so you get those post notifications. All right, and go and join the new Discord server. It's the first link that's down below. Let's go.
So here's what you should have done if you were a Nazi and you wanted to win the war. You should have enslaved the Jews and the Gypsies and had them work, right? You should have had them work for the benefit of the victory, and then if you wanted to, you liquidate them afterwards. That's the logical thing to do if you want to win. And we assume that Hitler wanted to win, but that's not a very intelligent assumption. Why would you assume that? He wasn't exactly a good guy, so why should we assume that he was aiming at the good that he was promoting, even in his own terms, right? The glorious, everlasting Third Reich, right? That'll rule for 1,000 years and be a bastion of civilization and music, because that's the sort of thing he purported to be interested in. Well, so what do you do with the Jews and the Gypsies? Well, round them up, fine. Enslave them, fine. You don't kill them. You certainly don't devote a substantial proportion of your war resources while you're losing to accelerate the rate at which the extermination is taking place, because that's a bit counterproductive, unless what you're aiming at is the maximum possible mayhem in the shortest period of time. Well,
you know, and I never actually thought about it from that perspective. The smart thing to do wasn't to knock them off, it was to keep them around, and yet he didn't. That's fascinating. And rest in peace to all those souls. You know what I mean? I don't want to, you know, gloss over that or anything like that or make light of that. But just in terms of that's crazy. That thought just never crossed my mind. You know what I mean? It just never has. And now that he said that, it's just like, wow. That's crazy.
So what happened as the Germans started to lose the war? Did Hitler lose faith in his own ability? No, he believed that the Germans had betrayed him with weakness, and so he was perfectly willing to accelerate the rate at which Germany was losing the war. And so when Hitler and his minions had the choice, here's the choice. You can suspend your unnecessary demolition of people, win the damn war, and then pick it up afterwards, or while you're losing, you can just accelerate the mayhem even though it's counterproductive. It's like, what'd they pick? Well, they picked to accelerate the mayhem. And so to me, there's an old psychoanalytic idea. I think this was derived by Jung. If you can't figure out what someone is doing or why, look at the outcome and infer the motivation. If it produces mayhem, perhaps it was aiming at mayhem. Now, you know, you have to use that dictum carefully. If someone's irritating you, you know, maybe it's because you're irritable and you should sort yourself out, but maybe it's because they're actually aiming at irritating you. And that's the actual motivation. So perhaps not, but it's another tool in your analytical armament. So, and so you see, well, and this is the thing about warfare that's so interesting about because you can attribute it to territoriality. You can attribute it to a war for resources. That's what the, I would say, wretchedly simple-minded economists presume. People fight over scarce resources. It's like, hey, we're a little bit more sophisticated than that. And first of all, what resources are you talking about? The bloody Inuit had nothing. They lived perfectly well. What did they have? Snow and seal blubber. You know, people can live in unbelievably deprived conditions. And so the idea that there are natural resources that we fight over because there's a shortage of them is a pretty oversimplified view of human beings. It's like, well, why do people fight? Well, maybe they fight sometimes for good reasons, but very, very frequently they fight for bad reasons. And those bad reasons are personal as well as sociocultural and economic. You know, if you were a Nazi prison guard, for example, whatever pathologies you were carrying around in your destructive little soul, whatever element of Cain was deeply embedded in you, had the opportunity to be manifest fully at every moment of your waking existence, right? You had these people who were completely beholden to you, with no rights whatsoever, to whom you could do whatever your evil little heart determined. Think, well, maybe that was a motivation for putting them there to begin with. And all the cover story about, well, we're trying to build the Third Reich and we're trying to stabilize the state and we're trying to do all these good things. Maybe that's just a cover story for the real motivation, which is nothing but what? The construction of death camps that killed 6 million people. How about that? And the obliteration of 120 million people on the planet, and the leaving of Europe in ruins. Maybe that was the motivation. Or are we going to attribute to Hitler the highest possible motives? Say, no, it's an archetypal manifestation of Cain. Now, he's going to put up a front that says, well, I'm your savior. It's like, well, destructive people think that Cain is their savior.
Wait, is he he is a professor. Professor Jordan Peterson. I just now looked at that in the title. It says Prof. Jordan Peterson. I was sitting here watching it and I'm like, hold on, wait, is he like a speaker or is he like an actual professor? But apparently he's an actual teacher somewhere, which is interesting. I wish I would have had a teacher like him. Listening to him speak it's entertaining. It catches your eye. You're glued in because he speaks so eloquently. He's a great speaker. You know what I mean? Like guy's good. Guy's damn good. But yeah, back to the actual topic. That is an interesting thought process. Just going back to that very beginning statement that he had made. That, hey, why don't you suspend this over here, go win the damn war, and go back to it afterwards. Nah, fuck that. Nah. We're going to accelerate this over here. I don't give a damn about this war. Just destroy everything. Just, do what you can, but we about to keep this going up over here. That's just wild to me. And that thought, like I said, had never occurred, this guy could have put up more of a fight if only he just would have changed his tactics a little bit. And who knows, maybe even could have won. Thank God he didn't, obviously, Holy shit. I think the world would look like a totally different place had that have been the case. Possibly. Obviously, it's kind of hard to say that, you know what I mean? But that, wow. I just want to know, like, how many people have actually thought about that statement before hearing Jordan Peterson bring it up? Because maybe I'm just some type of fucking idiot, which is definitely... it's definitely possible. I'm just curious how many people have actually thought about that. Like that is just, obviously we learned about that entire situation in school and whatnot, but like that just never occurred. So yeah, y'all let me know what you thought about the video in the comment section below. Shout out to Jordan Peterson, man. A fantastic speaker. Fantastic speaker. I'm looking forward to hearing some more of this guy's lectures and watching some more of his videos, just to listen to him speak. It's nice. You know what I mean? But anyway, like, share, comment, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Don't forget, go and join the new Discord server too. It's the first link down below. I'm out.